Alyssa Thomas is one of the most remarkable athletes of her generation, and her story is one that continues to inspire not just fans of basketball, but anyone who has ever faced obstacles and wondered if they had the strength to overcome them. Her career is defined not only by her statistics, achievements, and accolades, but also by her unrelenting spirit, her resilience in the face of adversity, and the way she has transformed challenges into sources of strength. Alyssa Thomas is more than a basketball player. She is a living embodiment of perseverance, toughness, and leadership. To truly understand her greatness, one must look beyond the surface and see the journey that has shaped her into the force she is today. Growing up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Alyssa Thomas displayed her love for basketball from an early age. As a young girl, she was driven by something deeper than just playing a game. She was fueled by passion and discipline. Those who knew her then often recall her determination, her ability to stay locked in for hours while practicing, and her relentless desire to improve. She wasn't just a natural talent. She was a worker. In every drill, every practice, and every game, she demanded the best of herself. That mindset separated her from her peers, and by the time she entered high school, she had already carved out a reputation as a dominant player capable of impacting the game in multiple ways. Her high school career was a preview of what was to come. She excelled as both a scorer and a defender, someone who could dominate the paint while also facilitating for others. Coaches marveled at her versatility, how she could handle the ball like a guard, rebound like a center, and defend all 5 positions. She was, even then, a player ahead of her time, embodying the modern game's demand for versatility. Her hard work earned her recognition as one of the top recruits in the country, and her next step would take her to the University of Maryland, a program where she would etch her name into history. At Maryland, Alyssa Thomas became a household name. She wasn't just a star, she was a cornerstone of the program, someone who elevated the Terrapins into national prominence. Over her 4 years, she established herself as one of the most dominant players in women's college basketball. She left Maryland as the school's all-time leader in both scoring and rebounds, an achievement that speaks volumes about her consistency, her durability, and her ability to impose her will on the game. What set her apart during her college years was not just her physical dominance, but her basketball IQ. She had an uncanny ability to read the game, to know when to attack, when to pass, and when to control the tempo. She played with a maturity that belied her age, and her teammates looked to her for guidance. Alyssa wasn't just playing for herself. She was playing to win, and she was playing for those around her. She carried Maryland deep into NCAA tournament runs and gave fans countless unforgettable moments. By the time she graduated, she wasn't just a player who passed through Maryland. She was a legend who left an indelible mark. When the Connecticut Sun selected Alyssa Thomas in the first round of the 2014 WNBA draft, they weren't just adding talent. They were bringing in a leader, a competitor, and someone who could change the culture of a team. From her very first games in the WNBA, it became clear that she was a different breed of athlete. She didn't just play hard. She played with relentless intensity. She dove for loose balls, fought through screens, battled for rebounds against bigger opponents, and defended with ferocity. She wasn't afraid to take on any assignment, and her teammates fed off her energy. Alyssa's impact in the WNBA grew year after year, but her journey was not without hardship. Early in her career, she faced injuries that would have derailed others. Most notably, she suffered torn labrums in both shoulders, injuries so severe that many questioned whether she could continue to play at the highest level. For most athletes, such injuries would mean either surgery or decline. But Alyssa Thomas is not most athletes. Instead of giving in, she adapted. She redefined her game, adjusting her shooting mechanics and finding new ways to attack opponents. This ability to adapt has become one of the defining traits of her career. She may not have the traditional jump shot, but she uses her body, her footwork, and her vision to create opportunities. She finishes through contact with remarkable efficiency. She pushes the ball in transition with authority, and she facilitates offense in ways that few forwards can. Her versatility has made her one of the most difficult matchups in the league. Opponents know they can't relax for a second when Alyssa is on the floor because she finds ways to impact the game in every possible category. One of the most remarkable aspects of Alyssa Thomas's career is her ability to perform in big moments. In playoff games, she elevates her performance to another level. She has recorded multiple triple-doubles in the postseason, a feat that speaks to her all-around impact. She is not just a scorer, not just a rebounder, not just a passer. She is everything her team needs her to be, often all at once. She embodies the concept of a do-it-all player, someone who doesn't care about personal stats but about what it takes to win. Her leadership has also been invaluable for the Connecticut Sun. In a league full of stars, Alyssa is the player who sets the tone with her work ethic. Younger players look up to her because she leads by example, showing that greatness isn't about talk, it's about action. Teammates trust her because she shows up every single night, no matter the circumstances. Coaches rely on her because they know she will never back down from a challenge. Fans adore her because she plays with heart and leaves everything on the court. Off the court, Alyssa Thomas is just as influential. She is known for her humility, her quiet confidence, and her commitment to her teammates and community. She doesn't seek attention or headlines. She simply focuses on the work. In a world where so many athletes are defined by flash, Alyssa reminds us of the power of substance. She is a role model for young athletes, particularly for those who have faced injuries or setbacks, proving that obstacles don't have to define you. They can make you stronger. The narrative of Alyssa Thomas is one of perseverance, grit, and legacy. She has shown that greatness is not about avoiding adversity, but about how you respond to it. She has turned limitations into strengths, challenges into motivation, and doubts into fuel. She is a symbol of what it means to never give up, to keep fighting even when the odds seem impossible. As her career continues, Alyssa Thomas's legacy is still being written, but already it is clear that she will be remembered as one of the toughest and most resilient players the game has ever seen. Her impact goes far beyond box scores and highlight reels. She has redefined what it means to lead, what it means to adapt, and what it means to embody the very heart of basketball. And as we look at her journey, it's impossible not to feel inspired. Her story is proof that no setback is too great, no injury too severe, no obstacle too overwhelming if you are willing to put in the work, to adapt, and to keep pushing forward. Alyssa Thomas is not just a basketball star, she is a warrior, a leader, and an inspiration to anyone who has ever doubted themselves. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the incredible story of Alyssa Thomas. If her resilience, her toughness, and her relentless drive inspired you, take a moment to share her story with others who need to be reminded of the power of perseverance. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video, sharing it with friends, and subscribing so you never miss another tribute like this. Alyssa Thomas's journey is far from over, and the best may still be to come. So let's keep celebrating her and the values she represents.